New York is unveiling the state's September 11th memorial flag. It'll be raised at the state's Capitol and World Trade Center site this weekend. The flag shows the Twin Towers, a five-sided figure representing the Pentagon, and 40 yellow stars for the people who died in the plane crash in Pennsylvania. The flag is being unveiled because Sunday is the 10th anniversary of the terror attacks. The Neenah Historical Society is hosting a new exhibit in time to commemorate the anniversary of 9/11.
Angela Kelly joins us live from the Hiram Smith Octagon House with more. Hi, Ange.
Hi, good morning, Pete and Rachel. Well, let's take a look at this image. It's a familiar one. September 11, 2001. This is what it looked like when one of those planes hit the Pentagon. Most of us are familiar with that. What we may not be familiar with is that man, George Edwin Bergstrom. He actually designed and oversaw the construction of the Pentagon 70 years ago. I'd like to introduce you to David Dexter. He is the executive director of the Neenah Historical Society. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We are inside this new exhibit honoring George Edwin. Tell us the story of this man and his connection to the Pentagon.
Well, George Edwin Bergstrom was born and raised in Neenah. Got a degree in architecture and moved to California, where he became one of the nation's premier architects during the first half of the 20th century. Then, as his career was winding down, he got hired as a consultant by the U.S. Army because the Army was ramping up for World War II, and they were building lots of barracks, munitions facilities, and so on. One of his first projects, one day in July, he got called into the office of General Somerville, his Army boss, and told that the Army needed to consolidate their 17 buildings in Washington and consolidate them into one building that could house 40,000 people. And he had a site and land in Arlington, Virginia, where the building was to be placed, and he wanted drawings on his desk by the following Monday morning. So yeah, it was that kind of a project. So over the weekend, he and his team of architects came up with the design for the Pentagon, designed it, came up with drawings, and it was on General Somerville's desk Monday morning at 9 o'clock, got approved by the President of the United States the next day, and later on in the week was approved by the U.S. Senate.
And ground broke on the Pentagon.
Ground broke on September 11th, 1941, 70 years ago.
Okay, so September 11th, obviously that is going to mark the anniversary of the terror attacks, but it also marks the groundbreaking of the Pentagon, which this local man designed, and that's what this exhibit is all about. It is such a cool story. Tell us what people are going to see as they walk through the exhibit.
Okay, well, first we're going to talk about the challenges that we're faced in trying to design a building in such a short period of time. And then partway through the design process, the site for the building actually got shifted to a different location. And so we're going to show how that happened and the progress that was taking place.
Yeah, there's a lot of little neat details to pick up through this exhibit. We've just told you just kind of an overview of the story here. So we'll join you again in our next hour with more on this new exhibit.